This incredible dog learned how to run using only her 2 front legs, and her determination will leave you in awe. Follow today's story on Animals Healthcare to discover more about Dixie, a dog whose resilience and spirit continue to inspire everyone who meets her. Brittany and Nate had always dreamed of adopting a dog, but life had a way of delaying their plans. Both worked full-time jobs, travelled often, and juggled daily responsibilities that made committing to a pet seem impossible. They talked about adopting one day when the timing felt right. However, that day always seemed just out of reach. Then, one afternoon, Brittany stumbled upon a post about a dog named Dixie. The moment she saw her picture, something inside her shifted. Dixie wasn't like any dog she had ever seen. She had only 2 legs. A birth defect had left her with undeveloped hind limbs, but what truly caught Brittany's attention was Dixie's expression. Despite her challenges, she radiated warmth and determination. Brittany knew, without a doubt, that she had to help her. She quickly showed the post to Nate, who agreed without hesitation. They both understood that this was no ordinary adoption. Dixie would require extra care and patience, but more than anything, she needed a chance to live a life filled with love and freedom. After reaching out to the rescue organisation, Brittany and Nate arranged to meet her. Dixie's past had been difficult. Without properly developed back legs, she had spent much of her life dragging them behind her. Though she didn't feel pain from her condition, the constant friction led to wounds and infections. Despite these hardships, her spirit remained unbroken. She found joy in small moments, and her bright eyes reflected a deep love for life. When Brittany and Nate met Dixie, they were immediately struck by her sweet and joyful nature. She greeted them with enthusiasm, showing no sign of self-pity. Though her disability was apparent, her resilience and zest for life shined even brighter. It was clear that Dixie had already chosen them, and they had chosen her too. Bringing Dixie home was both exciting and challenging. Brittany and Nate wanted to make sure she was as comfortable as possible, but they quickly realised that finding the right solutions for her unique needs wouldn't be easy. They first tried hydrotherapy, hoping the water would help her build strength without putting stress on her body. However, Dixie didn't enjoy it. Instead of feeling relieved, she seemed anxious and unhappy. After several sessions, Brittany and Nate decided that her happiness was more important than forcing a therapy she didn't like. Next, they tried a wheelchair designed for dogs with disabilities. The idea was to help her move without dragging her back legs, but Dixie wasn't thrilled about it. Though she used it reluctantly, it was clear she preferred to move on her own. She longed for independence, not limitations. Brittany and Nate faced a tough realization. Dixie didn't need to be fixed. She needed to be supported in a way that allowed her to live freely on her own terms. It was time for them to step back and let Dixie find her own way. As time passed, Dixie's health became more complicated. The infections in her legs worsened, and after consulting with veterinarians, Brittany and Nate made a difficult but necessary decision: surgery. Removing the infected limbs would allow Dixie to live without discomfort and give her the best chance at a healthy life. The decision wasn't easy. Brittany worried about the risks, but deep down she knew this was the best path forward. Nate stood by her side, and together they braced themselves for the outcome. When the surgery was over, they felt a mix of relief and anticipation. The procedure had gone well, but now Dixie faced the challenge of adjusting to life with only her front legs. The first few days after surgery were tough. Dixie was understandably confused, but she didn't let that hold her back. Brittany and Nate were amazed at her resilience. Slowly but surely, Dixie adapted. Then came a moment that changed everything. One day, Dixie attempted to hop up a step. At first, she wobbled, losing her balance. But she refused to give up. Brittany and Nate watched in awe as Dixie kept trying. Step by step, she pushed herself forward, and then, finally, she did it. She hopped up the step all on her own. Brittany's eyes filled with tears. She could see the pride in Dixie's face, and in that moment she knew her dog was going to be just fine. From then on, there was no stopping Dixie. She became more mobile and confident. She no longer needed a wheelchair, instead she had her own way of moving, hopping and running with sheer determination. Every day, Brittany and Nate watched in amazement as she raced through the yard, playing, exploring and embracing life to the fullest. Looking back, Brittany and Nate realised that adopting Dixie had changed them in ways they never expected. She had taught them about resilience, perseverance, and the importance of embracing life as it comes. Dixie didn't let her challenges define her. She redefined what was possible. Now, as they watch her run freely, Brittany and Nate know they made the right choice. Dixie may have only 2 legs, but she has an enormous heart, one that has inspired everyone who meets her. This story is a reminder that every animal deserves a chance, no matter their circumstances. With love, care, and a little determination, lives can be transformed. Dixie's journey is proof of that. Now, it's your turn to be part of this journey. Share Dixie's story to inspire others, support local shelters, and encourage pet adoption. Every share helps spread hope for another animal in need. Because out there, just like Dixie once was, many more are still waiting for their second chance. Be their voice, be their hope. Together, we can create more miracles, just like we did for Dixie. Thank you for caring. Don't forget to follow and support us for more heartwarming rescue stories. See you on the next inspiring journey.